Alright. On today's show, we have Bling Binkies. Also, um, just some incidences of patience. I don't know, random thoughts. Scuff Prophecy. I might run out of songs, I don't know, from him. Alright, so there was this nun named Sister Mary. And she was great because she would volunteer at the hospital. And not only would she come and pray with the patients, but she was also very hands on. She would like help change sheets and, you know, move the patient, reposition them, all kinds of stuff. So one day she wasn't really paying attention, and when she was driving to the hospital, she ran out of gas. There's only a gas station about a couple of blocks away, and she's looking around her car. So, what am I going to use to put gas in? The only thing she had was a bedpan. So, she went to the gas station, put gas in the bedpan, came back to her car, and once she started filling her gas tank with the bedpan, the nearest traffic light had turned red, and there was like cars stopped and watching her. And just as she finished putting all the gas in her car, this guy yelled out the window and said, "If your car starts, I'm becoming a religious man." All right. So I saw this advertisement on Facebook. It was for bling binkies, or like luxurious binkies, and it had like gems all around, and it had like the initials of the baby, and I'm like, this is like sad to see, because they are preying on inexperienced parents. If you've had a child that likes binkies, you will know that binky's gonna get lost. It's gonna get destroyed. It's something is gonna happen to it, and it doesn't freaking matter what the binky looks like. You just need a binky to get in that kid's mouth, no matter what the circumstances are. And these people are gonna spend how much money on a customized binky, and they're gonna lose it, or it's gonna get destroyed, or something's gonna happen. And it's like, then you gotta run to the store and get binkies like the rest of us all have to use. Um, so yeah, okay. Wanted to tell you a story about um, some past times I've had with patients. So I don't know how long ago this was, but a nurse was like, "Hey Daniel, this patient says that she doesn't have a ride home. She doesn't have any friends, no family. She doesn't own a car. She doesn't have money to pay for a cab. Like, I don't know how she's gonna get home. I think I just need a cab voucher." Like, okay, well, there's a couple of red flags going on there. So I go and look at her chart. She's got two daughters listed and a friend listed. Um, so I'm like, okay. And then usually I look and see if they have like Medicaid, to where they would have transportation services to where you can use that. So I'm like, all right, so let's see. Maybe these daughters can give her a ride, even though she had no family. So I go in there. I'm like, "So you need a ride home?" She's like, "Yeah, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to get home." I go, "Okay, what about your daughter, Judy?" Uh, well, she's at work. Okay. How about the other daughter you listed? Linda, is it? Oh, well, she's pregnant, and I don't think she'd be able to come and get me. Oh, all right. Well, really, the only way for you to get home then is for you to pay for a cab or a Uber or something like that. Uh, well, I don't have any money to. I don't know what to tell you. Well, maybe I'll call my daughter and see if she can give me a ride. Yeah, maybe that'd be a good idea. We go back out. Yeah, she's gonna call her daughter. I think she might be able to help her. The nurse, 2 minutes later, says, yeah, her daughter said it was no problem. She'd come and get her. Oh, just imagine that. Like, what? It couldn't. I'm not even going to get into it. But it's like, that's kind of stuff I deal with all the time. Just today, this lady's like, I can't move. I got here by ambulance. I'm going to need a ride home. Ain't got no friends. Ain't got no family. And I called her and I was like, okay, well, what about your daughter listed? Oh, no, she don't drive. She doesn't own a car. Oh, okay. And then I actually looked at the wrong patient and I saw a son listed too. But it was on somebody else. And I go, well, I saw you had a son listed too. She goes, I do? And I was like, uh-oh, am I looking at the chart wrong? She goes, well, is his name blah, blah, blah? And I was like, yeah. She goes, oh, he's in prison. I'm like, oh, oh, she's like, I don't know why he's on there. And I'm looking at her chart and I'm like, actually, he's not on there. I was looking at someone else's. Well, I was going to schedule transportation, but she found some friend that gave her a ride home after I put in a lot of work into getting a wheelchair van. But whatever, problem solving's great for the patient. Joke. No, I already did the joke. The quote. I had to write it down. I couldn't memorize it, but I wrote it down. If you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.